After another long, hot summer with the Dursleys, Harry Potter is once again feeling trapped. He's not allowed to use magic. He's not allowed to talk about Hogwarts. And worst of all, he's stuck in a house where no one loves him. But things take a dramatic turn when Aunt Marge comes to visit. She's not just rude, she's cruel. She insults Harry's parents, calling his father a drunk and his mother a bad egg. Harry can't take it anymore. His anger builds up so fast, he accidentally does magic without meaning to. In a sudden burst of rage, Aunt Marge begins to inflate, literally. She blows up like a balloon, floating to the ceiling, and everyone screams. Harry doesn't wait. He grabs his things, runs out the door, and disappears into the night. The streets are dark, cold, and silent. Harry is alone. He doesn't know what to do. If the ministry finds out he used magic outside school, he could be expelled. Suddenly, in the shadows, Harry sees something strange, a pair of glowing eyes. A huge, black dog is staring at him from across the street. It looks wild, dangerous, but also familiar in a strange way. Just as Harry reaches for his wand, a loud crash startles him. Out of nowhere, a triple-decker purple bus appears, the night bus. It's a magical bus for lost witches and wizards. The driver, Stan Shunpike, welcomes Harry aboard. The beds inside bounce as the bus zooms through the city, jumping over cars and squeezing between traffic lights. The bus takes Harry to the Leaky Cauldron, a hidden inn in London. There, Harry is shocked to meet Cornelius Fudge, the Minister of Magic himself. Harry expects punishment, maybe even expulsion. But strangely, Fudge is calm. Almost too calm. Fudge tells Harry to stay put. He gives him a room at the inn, says everything is fine, and offers no punishment at all. Why? Because there's a bigger problem. A dangerous prisoner named Sirius Black has escaped from Azkaban, the wizard prison. He's armed. He's deadly. And for some reason, people believe he's looking for Harry. After spending the last few weeks at the Leaky Cauldron, Harry finally meets up with Ron and Hermione again. He's so happy to be with friends who truly care about him. Together, they buy new school supplies, including magical books that bite, joke items from the shop, and a brand new broom repair kit. But even in the busy, cheerful streets of Diagon Alley, one thing is clear. Sirius Black is still missing. And he's not just any criminal. He's the first person to ever escape from Azkaban. Posters of his face, pale, wild-eyed, and thin, are everywhere. He looks like someone who has spent years in darkness. Soon, it's time to go back to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Harry, Ron, and Hermione board the Hogwarts Express, the train that takes them to school. But this year, the ride is different. Halfway through the journey, the train suddenly stops. Everything goes cold. The lights flicker. And then, the door slides open. A tall, cloaked figure glides in. Its face is hidden beneath a dark hood. Its skin is gray, rotting. It sucks all the warmth out of the room. This is a Dementor, a prison guard from Azkaban. As it moves closer, Harry feels dizzy. His chest tightens. He hears screaming in his head, a woman's voice, and then, he faints. When he wakes up, a kind man with tired eyes offers him chocolate. His name is Professor Lupin, and he's the new defense against the dark arts teacher. Harry doesn't know it yet, but this teacher will become very important. Once at Hogwarts, things seem normal: classes, Quidditch, and magical creatures. But something is definitely different this year. For one, Dementors are placed all around the school, to guard the students from Sirius Black. But they don't just guard. They make people relive their worst memories. Harry is more affected than others. Every time a Dementor gets near, he faints or hears his mother screaming. It's terrifying. It makes him feel weak, but he's not alone. Professor Lupin notices and offers to help. He teaches Harry a powerful spell, the Patronus Charm, a kind of magical shield that protects you from Dementors by using your happiest memory. The spell is hard. Harry fails many times, but slowly, he begins to learn. He's determined, not just to protect himself, but to understand why these creatures affect him so much. Meanwhile, Hermione is acting a little strange. She's showing up to classes that happen at the same time. Sometimes she disappears. Ron and Harry are confused, but she refuses to explain. Also, there's a new magical creature introduced in class, Buckbeak, a proud and beautiful hippogriff, half eagle, half horse. Harry earns its respect and gets to ride him over the lake, feeling truly free for the first time in months. But the peace doesn't last long. Everyone is still talking about Sirius Black, and how he might be able to get past Hogwarts' magical protections. Harry doesn't know it yet, but the darkest secrets of this year are still ahead. As the school year continues, things at Hogwarts become even more mysterious. Harry receives an unexpected gift from Fred and George Weasley, a magical piece of parchment called the Marauder's Map. It's not just any map. It shows the entire castle, all the secret passages, and most importantly, everyone's real-time location. You can even see footsteps moving across the paper. To activate it, you tap it with your wand and say, "I solemnly swear that I am up to no good." To hide it again, you say, "Mischief managed." With this map, Harry sneaks out of the castle, without anyone noticing, to the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade. He sees magical candy shops, joke stores, and even a haunted house called the Shrieking Shack. But while hiding from teachers in the pub, Harry accidentally overhears a secret, the terrible one. Sirius Black wasn't just a follower of Voldemort. He was also Harry's godfather. Worse than that, people believe Sirius was the one who betrayed Harry's parents, leading to their deaths. They trusted him, and he gave them away to Voldemort. Harry is shocked, angry, and heartbroken. The man who was supposed to love and protect him may have been responsible for the worst moment of his life. Back at school, Harry throws himself into learning the Patronus Charm with Professor Lupin. It's hard. He fails again and again, but finally, one day, he does it. Harry produces a silver mist, not quite a full Patronus, but strong enough to push the Dementor back. It's the start of something powerful. Meanwhile, trouble is brewing. Remember Buckbeak, the hippogriff Harry rode? After an accident in class where he scratched Draco Malfoy, Draco's father demands punishment. And since the Malfoys have money and power, Buckbeak is sentenced to death. Hermione is furious. Ron is upset. And Hagrid, the gentle gamekeeper, who loves magical creatures, is devastated. But Hermione also has a big secret. Harry and Ron finally discover how she's been attending so many classes at once. She has a time turner, a magical necklace that allows her to travel back in time. It's extremely rare and very dangerous. Only a few people in the world are allowed to use one. Later in the spring, during a school outing near the Shrieking Shack, Ron is attacked. Not by a person, but by a giant black dog, the same one Harry saw that night he left the Dursleys. The dog drags Ron down into a secret tunnel. Harry and Hermione follow, racing through the dark passage beneath the Whomping Willow, a violent, swinging tree on the edge of school grounds. They end up inside the Shrieking Shack, and face their enemy at last, Sirius Black. But what they find isn't what they expected at all. Inside the dusty, dark Shrieking Shack, everything feels tense. Harry, Ron, and Hermione come face to face with Sirius Black, the wizard everyone says is a killer. His hair is wild, his face is pale, and his eyes burn with emotion. He looks dangerous, Harry lifts his wand, ready to fight. But Sirius doesn't attack. Instead, he says something strange. "I'm not here to hurt you, Harry. I'm here to kill the one who betrayed your parents." Everyone freezes. Then another person enters the room, Professor Lupin. Harry is shocked. Why is he here? And even stranger, Lupin doesn't seem surprised to see Sirius. He walks over to him and hugs him. What is going on? Hermione is furious. "You've been helping him all along," she says to Lupin. "You're his friend." Lupin nods. "I was their friend too," he says quietly. "I knew James and Lily." Then, together, Lupin and Sirius reveal a shocking truth. Sirius Black is innocent. The real traitor is Peter Pettigrew. But wait, isn't Peter Pettigrew dead? Everyone believes that Sirius killed him years ago. Not quite. Peter is alive. He's been hiding for years, as Ron's pet rat, Scabbers. Ron is horrified. Sirius and Lupin use a spell to force the rat to transform, and there he is. A small, frightened man with thinning hair and a rat-like face. The truth spills out. Peter was the secret keeper, who told Voldemort where the Potters were hiding. Then, he faked his own death and blamed Sirius for it. And Sirius? He went to prison for 12 years without a trial. For a crime he didn't commit. Harry is overwhelmed. All this time, he thought Sirius was the enemy. But now he sees something else in Sirius's eyes: pain, love, and a longing for family. Sirius looks at Harry and says, "You are the only family I have left. If you want, you can come live with me." They decide to bring Peter Pettigrew back to Hogwarts to prove Sirius's innocence. But the full moon rises, and something terrible happens. Professor Lupin, who had been calm and kind, begins to transform into a werewolf. He forgot to take his potion that night. He can't control himself. He turns wild and dangerous, howling in pain and rage. Sirius, in his animagus form, a giant black dog, fights him off to protect the others. The two beasts crash into the forest, and in the confusion, Peter escapes. Harry, running through the woods, suddenly hears something worse: Dementors. Dozens of them. They surround him and Sirius near the lake. Their long, bony hands reach out. Harry feels all hope slipping away. He hears his mother screaming. Everything turns cold and black. But then, across the water, a blinding silver light explodes. A powerful Patronus charges through the Dementors, scattering them. Harry thinks he sees someone, a man who looks like his father, across the lake. But how could that be? Harry wakes up in the hospital wing, confused and weak. Sirius has been captured. The Ministry believes he's guilty. Again. The truth about Peter Pettigrew, about Sirius's innocence, is gone. No one saw it. And Peter has escaped. It feels like the battle is lost. But then, Professor Dumbledore arrives. He speaks carefully to Hermione and Harry, giving them a message filled with hints. You must not be seen. 3 turns should do it. You know the law, Miss Granger. Hermione nods. She pulls out a small, hourglass necklace, the time turner, and loops it around Harry's neck. Click. 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 Suddenly, the world spins backwards. They are standing in the same corridor, 3 hours earlier. They have gone back in time. Harry and Hermione now have one mission: save 2 innocent lives. They hide in the shadows, watching themselves and others from earlier that evening. First, they sneak to Hagrid's hut. From behind a tree, they untie Buckbeak the Hippogriff, just before the executioner comes. Buckbeak is saved. Next, they wait near the lake. Harry tells Hermione he saw his father cast the powerful Patronus. But as the Dementors come, no one appears. Then Harry realizes, it wasn't his father he saw. It was himself. With sudden courage, he steps forward, raises his wand, and shouts, Expecto Patronum. He saved his own life, and Sirius's too. Afterward, they fly with Buckbeak to the high tower where Sirius is locked up. Sirius sees them and can't believe it. You're both incredible, he whispers. They break him out, and he climbs onto Buckbeak's back. For the first time in 12 years, Sirius Black is free. He flies into the night sky, escaping before the Ministry can stop him. Back in the present, everything looks the same. No one knows what Harry and Hermione did. Only Dumbledore smiles at them with a twinkle in his eyes. Even though Sirius is still a wanted man, Harry now has someone in the world who loves him, his godfather. He receives a letter from Sirius later, promising to write and care for him. He even sends a signed note saying Harry has permission to visit Hogsmeade next year. Harry finally feels something new in his heart, hope. As the school year ends, Harry boards the Hogwarts Express, heading back to the Dursleys. But this time, he's different. He knows he's not alone anymore. He has friends. He has courage. And now, he has family.